It's Trailer Wednesday here on the Movie Pope Show. Let's join our hosts, Lee Suchek and Luca Suon, as they take a look at this week's trailer and offer their 2 cents. So, put one hand against another and welcome the world's 4th and 5th most pedantic persons.
Hello, and welcome back to the Movie Pope podcast. And today for Trailer Wednesday, we are going to be taking a look at a franchise that we actually haven't heard a peep from for, what would you say, Lee, 20, 15 years, give or take?
Yeah, there was it like there's so many of these now that I think about it. So there was Scary Movie 5 that came out in 2013, right? So about 13 years since that one came out. So that was a long time between, I guess the one that I think most people think about is that Scary Movie 1 through 4 that came out in the early. I think people think about those more, which are 20, 25 years now.
They're pretty much dated because all the references that are made, if you were born after, let's say, after 2005, none of these references would land with you, right?
No, definitely not.
I mean, but also keep in mind they also did other movies in the franchise, like Disaster Movie and Meet the Spartans as well. So
God, I don't even want to think about those.
I mean, but they were part of that. I guess you could call it franchise, right? Of where they basically just took all the popular movies that were out there at that time and just hashed them into these parodies that went for 90 minutes. And I'll admit, I kind of enjoyed them. It was kind of like that guilty pleasure where it's bad, but you don't mind watching it because it's just silly background noise.
Yeah,
right?
Maybe some of the Scary Movie ones, right? But definitely not like the Epic or the Spartan movie or some shit. There was a bunch of really, really stupid ones. There was one that had I remember Alvin the Chipmunks were in it or some shit. There's just there's some very interesting films that are out there that are that parody type of film.
But there's no denying that as bad as they were, there were moments where you just thought, oh, okay, I can totally remember that part of.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, people remember this. People remember this, right? I remember watching kind of see the Scream one, right? I'm thinking I mean, they're got the guy with the little hand, right, in the Scary Movie, the original one.
Yeah,
hold out to my strong hand, and I mean, people remember that stuff.
Well, let me ask you this: what was your favorite Scary Movie film or installment?
From that franchise, you're talking about what my my favorite actual Scary Movie is?
Because I like Scary Movie too. I think that's the one. Hold on, Scary Movie 2. That was the one where they're in the castle, right?
Correct. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, because the butler with the fucked up hand, and there's that one scene where everybody's dipping their hand, and he sticks his hand in there. And I was like, ugh.
Yes, and I feel like that's the one I saw the most as well, right?
Yeah.
And so these they're just fun. I love the Wayans brothers in this. They're great, right? Anna Faris obviously, kind of played the lead quite a bit there. Regina Hall, I always remember as well very fondly with that. And she's like, hey Sydney, your TV's leaking, with the girl from The Rings coming out. So I mean, there's some goofy things that go with this that kind of worked, right? So it's one of those things where I feel like you kind of look back on it and people that was pretty dumb back then, right? But it was a different time back in the 2000s, right? So
guys, feels like a lifetime ago. So Lee, let's take a walk down memory lane and reminisce on what we used to laugh at in Scary Movie 6.
The freaking
shit. My God, he stabbed her. Not her. My pronouns are they, them. He stabbed them.
We back. there's a serial killer on the loose.
Hello, Tuesday.
I have been preparing for this for years.
I guess that's supposed to be Wednesday, right?
Hello, Mother. You look like
Should we hug?
I really want to, but I'm a Republican now, so I'm supposed to be racist.
Oh, girl, I think all white people
Jesus,
are
come
racist
on.
anyway. Come here. Look at me. Oh.
Hey there. We heard tell of a Halloween party. We're here to drink, play bad music, do some half gay.
Why just half gay?
Yeah, that was always a running joke.
That was good.
Stop smiling.
Weapons, right? Hey, look, there he was.
There it is.
Mom, Santa gave me a severed arm.
Be sure to thank him.
What the?
Oh my god.
I'm glad that they.
Help!
Bitch, we on break. So you handle yours. I'll be right over here eating my falafel and my pork rinds. Bitch.
Ugh.
I'll admit that was that there were parts of it that were pretty funny. I'm not.
There
gonna
was,
lie.
right? I think it's. I don't know. There is something a little bit fun about looking back at some of these films, right, that have come out recently, right? You know, we're seeing like weapons in there. We've watched
The substance that was
exactly.
all in there. Yeah.
The substance in there, right? So that's one that came back. And I forget what's the one that has Art the Clown. The what is that? Terrifier, right?
Yeah.
It has Art the Clown in it, right? Which I mean, shit, that's practically a fucking parody of itself to begin with. That they included in here. I mean, there is something fun about kind of going back and seeing those things because they kind of make it their own, and they're kind of this goofy way, or they make fun of those tropes, right? Those tropes that we constantly see in those types of films where you have the bumbling idiot that falls down that gets attacked by the villain and everything like that. So
well, which one? There are a bunch of them there.
I know. Well, that's the point, right? It always happens, right? So they have to have it in there because you see that in so many of the films. So this is exactly the point. So I appreciate that. It does look like fun, right? I hope it doesn't go like too much into the whole like I don't know. I guess political zeitgeist type of thing. I feel like you just have some I laughed a lot more at just kind of the goofy shit that they're doing, which I mean should be fun. And I'm glad to see that they got all the same characters back, right?
Yeah.
Think about the Wayans brothers. Think about Anna Faris, Regina Hall, right? So those are the ones that always come to mind when.
Just Chris Nowicki was in there too. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, and I'm sure that there's other ones too that I didn't quite capture in there. So, but. It should be fun, right? They certainly know what they're doing with this, and it is fun to think that hey, this is something where I think like the peak popularity that was 20 years ago. So as much as we constantly roast people for doing the same shit over and over again, there is something at least like a film like this. I feel like they know that they're doing the same shit over and over again. So there is kind of that, kind of moment where it knows what it is, and it doesn't try to be anything more than that. Well, let me ask you this, because to your point, I mean, we have roasted a lot of trailers that have pretty much, been on the rinse and repeat cycle for God knows how long. I mean, do you feel like this is one franchise that kind of, well, I wouldn't say deserve, but you kind of feel like it's nice to see it, come back into the spotlight.
Yeah, because it's taking the piss out of it, right? Like it knows that it's sitting here just recycling the same shit, right? And I think that kind of like self-awareness is what makes it enjoyable for me, at least. Just a little bit, right? Like it is that just like, okay, yeah, I get it. Like you're making fun of Scream, right? Like here we are bringing back Ghostface, which I mean technically has been brought back, right? Because there's been a whole new
because we did the trailer.
films.
Yeah, because we did a trailer for Scream 7. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, right. So I mean, it does make sense for that one to come back, and yeah, I mean, it just I don't it feels appropriate in the climate right now for that type of thing to come out. So
also too, because I mean, with the other trailers that we've looked at, they've taken themselves pretty seriously. Like Moana, for instance, like it wants to be serious, and you're like, you watch and you're like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like, come on, man. Like, whereas here it's like at least everyone's in on the joke, right?
Yes, exactly.
It's not like we're just standing there laughing. They're like, oh, they're probably laughing at something else. Like, no, we're laughing at you, bro. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yes, no, and I agree. I think that's what makes them palatable for that exact reason, right? Because they do understand what they're about, and they don't try to make it any more of that, right? And that's fine, right? It's a movie that knows it's there to be this, like, goofy, silly, satirical type of thing where you're parodying, these, horror franchise films that have come out recently, but they try their best to do it with the semi-straight face, and it's just, I don't know, there's something refreshing about it in a weird way.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, because the way that the Wayans brothers do it, it's brilliant. I really enjoyed the way they do it, because they take it in a whole new direction you weren't expecting it to go. So that being said, let us know down in the comments below what your thoughts are. Do you remember the Scary Movie franchise, or were you too young at that time? And is this going to be the first time you're actually being introduced to Scary Movie? If so, sound off down in the comments below, and also let us know which installment of the Scary Movie franchise was your favorite. And as always, thanks for tuning in. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. We're slowly growing our audience, so if you can't hit that subscribe button, that'd be great. We would greatly appreciate it. As always, thanks for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one.